Yes, everyone. Sorry about that. All right. So the story is told of a pastor. Yes. Whatever mistakes he made his mistakes. And instead of his comrade, his compatriot, his other, person of like position, supporting him. And when I say supporting, I'm talking about supporting him in terms of his wrongs, but restoring him as just as. So when you go to a doctor and you're ill, the doctor restores you as best as they're able to. He said, yes. They should get rid of him because he was like a cancer and so on and so on. He was like a cancer to the body, and he went on and on and on, not supporting that particular minister. Years later, the same minister who crucified his friend to the cross found himself in the same position, even worse. It said the very same. So if the fellow stole or slept around or committed murder, whatever the act was, that minister who crucified his friend found himself in the same position, but it was worse. And his ministry dismantled also. So I'm saying to you people, whatever seed you sow, you shall reap. If you sow mercy, you're going to reap mercy. If you sow forgiveness, you're going to be forgiven. If you show mercy, mercy will be shown to you. God will allow mercy to be shown to you. If you hear of something that is, whether it's false or it is true, most times it is false about an individual, you can, if you quietly in your heart say a prayer for that person's restoration or that person's protection, likewise when you make your mistakes, God will have somebody do the very same to you. Instead of carrying the news, we have not been taught to protect each other. And I'm not talking about covering any wrongs or any wranglings or anything that is negative. But I am saying that when you fuel the fire with gasoline, or you add to the situation, not even knowing the background of the entire situation, believe you me, you're no different from the individual, and your day of reckoning will come. I'm not trying to be negative or terrible. I'm just telling you the reality. Whatever seed you sow, you shall reap. So if you sow love, you reap love. The Bible says love covers a multitude of sin. If your child goes out and does something wrong, I'm not talking about anything illegal. Because if it's illegal, such as murder, rape, and so on and so forth, then the person will have to pay for their wrongs. And I'm not saying that other things, you don't pay for it. But at the same time, you don't need to add any fuel to the fire. You don't need to go and broadcast, oh, your child is wicked, or your mother is wicked, or your father is wicked, and this person is wicked. You hear something, keep it to yourself. Meditate and ponder in your heart and say, God, help that individual. I pray that you will restore the individual. Or if it is false, Lord, I pray that you will vindicate the individual. Many times we hear of things about somebody, and when we check it, we realize it is false. I remember I was a part of a group, and we had to stay over at a hotel. And after we stayed there a few days, the person said, I thought it would have been difficult rooming with you because of what I've heard. I couldn't even respond. I was shocked. And you're like, because of what? And in my mind, I'm thinking, I've not even roomed with anyone for anyone to know how rooming with me would have been. Like, you're just in amazement when you hear a lot of things. And you're saying, my God, rumors are tumors. They are one in the same. They cripple people and they create mayhem. Just as when they say the cancer is malignant and it spreads all over the body, rumors are the same, probably worse. They're no different. They're one in the same. Deadly to the human race. Maybe rumors are worse. Because when I think of so many icons and rumors that have been spread on them, and I'm sure that in most instances, or maybe all, they were not true. And our human nature is not the type where we'd say, let's look at this situation carefully. Is what been said true? Has been said true? How does it benefit me to add fuel to that fire? If I were in that position, would I have wanted somebody to do the very same thing to me? Those are the questions you must ask when you hear rumors. Next time when you think When you think of, or when you hear of slanders and rumors, start to picture cancer and tumors. And do a research on how devastating cancer and tumors are. For me, rumors will probably has a double effect or more. That's how devastating rumors are. And more often than not, rumors are false. Because it's exaggerated for hyperbole, so that the story can be juicy, so that you have something to say. Because we love to say some things. When you check your associates, what are the kinds of conversations that you have with your associates? Your daily conversations. Is it about, I heard something good about Tom, Jane, Jill, Toni-Ann. I'm so happy for her. I heard she started her business. I heard she went back to school. I heard, some good news. I heard she got a job. I'm so happy for her. And the conversation elaborates around that. I know that that person is going to do very well. What are your daily conversations? When you think of the 24 hours that is in one day, and you think back on the kinds of conversations that you have, can you say at least half of the day that your conversations are seasoned with salt, seasoned with grace, seasoned with mercy, seasoned with justice, things that are lovely, things that are of a good report? Or is it massacring, creating a tumor effect through your rumors on somebody else's life? Or believing a lie about an individual because maybe your own jealousies and insecurities kind of give you that, for lack of a better term, that reassurance. Oh yes, so that person isn't all that they cracked up to be. And when you check your motives are ill, emotive reasons. Whatever seed you sow, that you will reap. So you sow a seed of gossip and slander, you're going to reap it. It's going to happen to you. You show no mercy will be shown to you. You show unforgiveness, no forgiveness will be shown to you. You show hatred will be shown to you. So you have to decide within yourself the kind of life that you want to live. You have to decide within yourself, look, do I want to live a life of struggle? Because a lot of times persons forget that success is not only through investing money, through being wealthy financially. Success is a man who is able to be at peace as much as possible with all men. When they think and they speak about others, they're seasoned with grace, with mercy, with love, with salt. Positive words. And I'm not talking about being perfect, because there are times you may slip. Somebody may offend you and it really hurts you, and you speak on the issue because it bothers your mind, and but there's a healthy way to deal with that. There's a healthy way to deal with that. You can talk about how you felt, and you try to get some perspective to see if what the person said is true. If not, you discard it, you don't meditate on it, and you think positive, and you pray for the individual, and you pray for yourself. And you strive to be a better person every day, each and every day, every single day that you're allowed. And you try to make that day better. Try to help somebody else's day to make it better. So I encourage people to, the kind of associates and the kinds of friends that you keep, you should look at the characteristics. Are they characteristics as to what God asks me to have? Of growth, of development, of positivity, of love, of mercy, of grace, of justice. Upward mobility, things that will make our lives better, respect. Or it's always about gossiping and talking and tearing down other persons. We have to be very mindful of these things because they're important, people. I encourage you today, choose persons who are there to lift you up, who lift up others. Be careful of the friends that you keep. Get poison from your bodies. Because when you harbor, I don't know if you're aware, when you harbor bitterness, when you harbor slander, rumor, gossip, things that are just not of a good report, your life is going to reflect it. So sometimes when you see, it's almost like Jamaicans have a way to say, you can't 7 or 11, not now for you, not now go on for you, you're stuck. And I'm not talking about your being in the valley so that you can head to the mountain top. I'm talking about you just know it is because of the kind of language that comes from your mouth. and the kinds of things that you say about others. When you crucify others, you're crucifying God. When you say bad things about others, you're doing it because we are his handiwork, his workmanship. We were made in his image and his likeness. So when you go around and say somebody's this, that, and the other in a negative sense, it's as though you're saying God is this, that, and the other. As if you're perfect. Come on. If you're without sin, if you're without blemish in some form or another, then you can cast your first stone. Certainly you can. If you're able to create another human being, then you cast your stone. You're welcome to. The floor is open to you. The floor is open and welcome to you. But if not, humble yourselves. Pray for people. Stop gossiping. If you hear something bad, let it die right there. And you say not another word unless you're talking to God. You say not another word. You pray for the individual. If it is true, if it is even not true, you pray that that doesn't happen to the individual. And you don't treat people as according to what you have heard. Because I've seen it. I faced it. And people don't check the source of where all of these things are coming from. Most time it's usually out of jealousy. Falls as falls. Look at Jesus. Blemish. Not a blemish. He was spotless. And the things that they created to say that him even basically is almost as if they were even, some person say that he was even worshipping the devil. Really? That's what rumors are like. Tumors, cancer, the worst form, more deadly, added. I consider rumors to be like, it's like a mixture of AIDS, cancer, heart attack, stroke, tuberculosis, flu, the asthma, every single solitary sickness combined in one. That's what rumors are. And be mindful, when you reap those, you're going to reap everything. You're going to reap what rumors bring. Whatever seed you sow, you surely shall reap. I encourage you today, let your words be seasoned with salt. When you speak of others, speak well. If you can't, shut. Keep it. Zip it up. Say a prayer for them. It's not easy, but you have to endeavor. You have to try. That's how your success comes. You say you want to be successful, it's a holistic plan. Not just money success. It has to be mind, body, spirit, soul, every single part of you. Alright people, have a good day, enjoy work, do your best as you're able to. I wish for you a wonderful day, a God bless day. Be blessed, no stress. Have a great one.